Ro.
She's Meg.
It's Megan Rowe in the morning. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
It feels like it's been a while since we've done this.
It has. Because last time we recorded was hot and now it's cool.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, can you hear yourself okay?
Crystal clear.
Okay, good. We don't even do regular sound checks. I'm Megan, and I, as always, will think of something that I'm going to say to introduce myself, and then I forget it. Last night, I had chocolate cake and chocolate ice cream for dinner, and it was delicious. I like the chocolate cake from H-E-B. It's a single-layer chocolate cake with fudge icing. It's very good.
Dope.
What about you?
I'm Ro, and if you've listened to the previous podcast, I am a movie fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
I highly suggest you watch The King. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
I also highly just suggest that you watch $1 Million Baby. It's a boxing movie, really nice. And if you haven't watched Squid Game at this point, you should.
Okay, great. Although I'm sure that by the time this gets released in October, everyone will have seen the Squid Game.
I hope so. Let's talk about it.
Probably. No, I'm not going to watch it, so we can't talk about it. I don't watch that kind of stuff. It's too gory.
It is.
So if you're watching the video version, you can see that Ro just kind of looks like Ro always does.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I look different. I'm dressed up as Rock Lee from Naruto, who is one of my favorite characters from Naruto. You can't. Okay, let me get up. Let me sit in my chair. Hold on.
So people who don't know who Rock Lee is,
I got my orange leg warmers on. I got my red Hidden Leaf Village headband. Got my what's supposed to look like the bandages that Rock Lee has on his arms. He's from Naruto, and he is a very special boy, and I love him.
Yeah. So for the audio people, if you don't know Naruto, because I don't. Green jumpsuit, red belt, white arm bandages, orange leg warmers. My ukulele fell, and black bobs. They're shoes.
Well, so in the show, he's wearing blue sandals, but I didn't have those. So I'm just wearing these black bobs because they're flats. Yeah, Rock Lee is my favorite character, or one of my favorite characters. He can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu. He can only use taijutsu, which is like physical fighting style in Naruto. And his dream is to become a splendid ninja, and I love him.
Nice. I am dressed up like any other ordinary day.
Mm-hmm.
Back in high school, there's a little bit of backstory. Back in high school, I had a little bit of a man bun going on, and played football, and I was built. So people thought I was from Hawaii, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm from good old Nacogdoches, Texas. You know, I'm not from Hawaii, but I appreciate it though. Thank you. People thought I was Samoan. People thought I was Polynesian. And I was like, no, I'm not any of those, but thank you. And so I went along with it. So I bought Hawaiian shirts. I bought an ukulele, and I started to practice and learn how to play on it. And I am dressed costume-wise, but I look normal, as is Kamakawiwo Ole. He's an old school, may he rest in peace. He is a musician from the good land of Hawaii, and he was the one that wrote Somewhere Over the Rainbow. If you don't know that song, you have not watched Lilo and Stitch.
Mm-hmm. Or like lived, really.
Pretty much, yeah. And here's my ukulele.
Here, I'll hold it for you if you want to play.
Yeah. So fun fact, these are 4 strings, G, C, E, A. If you listen to the video game episode, you know where this is from. I'll play more at the end, but let's get back to the topic.
Today we're going to be talking about trick-or-treating. We've talked about, let me look at my board. We've talked about costumes. We've talked about what you should do, what you shouldn't do for Halloween. And now we're talking about trick-or-treating. But before we get into that, Ro, we are going to be taking a half day from work to go do physical labor.
Ooh, my favorite kind of labor.
Instead of office labor, which is what we typically do.
Yeah.
And I think that's really all we can say before we get into the topic.
We're gonna sweat it off, and we're gonna get
bitten by mosquitoes. And since I'm bald now,
We're gonna be like that dude. There's a meme about his old man. He's like slapping his body,
Yeah.
That's all
Oh,
that-
I know what you're talking about.
doing all this stuff.
Right.
It's pretty funny.
Since I have a shaved head, we're going to have to like spray my head down with bug spray so that way I don't die from my blood being drank from all the mosquitoes.
They're sucking in knowledge. Ah,
One day, people are going to tell you that your dad jokes aren't funny.
oh well.
Okay, so trick-or-treating. Ro, did you go trick-or-treating when you were a kid?
All the time. That's the only time my mom ever took me out to get candy.
Mm.
Because the store candy was like, no, it's too expensive.
Mm.
But it's like, hey, they're giving away candy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and get some. I like, I bet, let's go.
Did you ever live in a neighborhood when you were a kid?
Never lived in the same house since the day I can remember. Never lived in a neighborhood. Always lived in the sticks. For people that don't know what the sticks means, it's in the woods.
Right.
Always lived in the sticks.
Okay. So I am the same way. So Ro and I never grew up in neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
For the first 13 years of my life, I lived at the end of this road, and my only neighbor was our landlord.
Mm.
And we were surrounded by a neighborhood, but like before the neighborhood was just forest and fence.
Right.
So when we went,
Take this off. Call that man later.
you know what? That's actually a good point. I don't think that I put my phone on mute either. That was loud. I can see that on the
Sound
sound
waves.
recording. Yeah. So if I wanted to go trick or treating, do you remember when the mall did trick or treating?
Vividly.
Where you could go to the mall
Right.
and it would be air conditioned and you just go from store to store
Mm-hmm.
and there'd be somebody doing candy. They only did that for a couple years that I remember, and then they stopped
Yeah.
doing it.
They did.
Um,
Very sad. Very happy times, but very sad times.
yeah,
Because it's sad because it's not a thing anymore.
right. And like being air conditioned and being in like a one building.
Every
right?
parent's dream.
Right? Like you can't even like it would be really hard for you to get kidnapped if that was the case.
For real.
My grandparents, Paula and David on my mom's side, took us trick-or-treating at the mall. I remember that really vividly. And that was a lot of fun. And then they stopped doing it. But we never went to neighborhoods to trick-or-treat. Did you go to neighborhoods to trick-or-treat? Like, did you go to other people's neighborhoods?
Oh, yeah. Me and my mom. Okay. So my dad's a landscaper, right? He cuts grass for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And so he knew everybody's house, basically, his client's house.
Right.
So we would go to, if you're in the Lufkin area, we would go to Brook Hollow. We would go to, what's the other really nice neighborhood?
Crown Colony?
Crown Colony. We would go there too.
Mm-hmm.
And Hudson, because my uncle lives in Hudson. So
Okay.
we'd go to like Hudson houses.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we mainly went to neighborhoods and would like go around the houses and see their decorations and get either bite-sized candies, or if you went to like nice neighborhoods, they give you like full-size candies. And that's not a myth. It's not like a movie thing. It's like a real thing. Like if you go to houses that are like bougie, they'll give you like full-size candies.
Wow. So trick-or-treating for me, like I said, it was at the mall for that like 1 or 2 years. And then also, sorry that there's a lot of background noise today, y'all. I don't know why there's so much happening. It's literally only 10 o'clock.
This is live. This is real.
This is live. This is real. And then we went to the Zubu a couple years.
Yeah, Zub was pretty cool.
I went with my mom and my dad 1 year, and then my mom and Uncle Andrew took us 1 year, and then we didn't go anymore.
I went twice.
Yeah. We both went twice.
That was okay. Yeah, that's all I remember. I went twice. It was pretty cool.
That was fun because it was like, ooh, getting to go to the zoo at night. That's special. And they had like different things going on and whatnot.
It's
and,
like, are you an animal or is that a costume?
oh my goodness. I refuse to laugh at your jokes.
One day.
And then we would go downtown for trick-or-treating. Did you ever do that?
Not downtown. Well, I would take like my nephew. I think we took my nephew downtown, but we would at the church do trunk or treats.
Right.
The churches would do trunk or treats. I remember.
I've never done that. But we went downtown.
It's all right. I mean, you just walk around through each trunk and like grab candy. That's it.
Right. Downtown, I mean, I feel like the trick-or-treating downtown really only became a thing like in the early 2010s. Like once Standpipe opened and more places were opening to the public and whatnot.
Right.
And so I did that for a few years. And then I think by the time I became 14, I was like, I'm too old to do this. So then I stopped. Sadness.
And now I do trick or treating all year round because I can buy my own candy.
Right, and but like there's something different about trick or treating.
No,
like,
you know what? I take it back. I do trick or treating after every holiday because like candy's half off up to
Right.
70, and it's only that because of the branding. Candy's candy,
right,
but because it says Halloween, it's now 75% off.
right.
Like, bet that's the time to buy.
So I mean, I love trick or treating because like you never knew what you were gonna get, right?
Oh my god, you would get like a razor blade, or
No,
would get-
that is a myth.
you
You
would
don't
get
get
a-
razor blades, you don't get drugs.
you would get a bear trap in this little tiny kiss.
Oh my god. So what I thought was fun about it is that after we would trick or treat, my brother and I would dump our buckets on the floor, and we would like go through what we had, and then we would trade.
I did that. Yeah, me and my sister would do that.
So we would like dump it out on the floor, and then we would like arrange like, okay, there's the chocolates, there's like the non-candy stuff. If you give away non-candy on Halloween, just don't even bother. If you're one of those people who gives away pencils for Halloween, just throw it in the garbage.
Ooh, I would take that.
No, garbage. Or like,
Give out gel pens.
okay, well, I would take a pen, but like those like really bad pencils with like the wrapping that would be really hard to sharpen. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. They were like like basically saran wrapped, like wallpaper wrapping
Right.
on the pencil.
And it would be really hard to like sharpen it.
Mm-hmm.
Or
It'd be like cheap wood.
or those like little
artificial
plastic rings. Like
Oh, the spider rings.
those were so dumb.
That have the little gap on the bottom.
Yeah.
That like fits all sizes.
Right. No. Just give away candy.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, okay, so Standpipe would do trick-or-treating, and once I became too old, I would be giving away candy to the kids.
That's the equivalent to my Hispanics. That's the equivalent of you hitting the piñata, and now you transitioning to you holding the piñata
Right.
rope. And I'm like, oh, that's sad.
Oh, right. So
Adulthood.
we would get Atkinson candy. Atkinson Candy is a local candy company here in town, and we would buy a bunch of their candy because it was relatively like inexpensive and it was supporting a local business. We would give that away instead of like terrible pencils and plastic rings that children are going to either lose or throw away very easily.
Should give away cups. Here's a cup.
Oh, I actually kind of like that. Like little cups.
Yeah, here's a cup. For what? I don't know, dude. Use whatever a cup does. You know, holds liquids.
What was your favorite type of candy to get on Halloween? Oh, by the way, also if you give away circus peanuts, straight to jail.
Circus man. Oh, yeah, those were never
Straight to jail. You're
Those
just
are-
giving away edible styrofoam.
good. Yeah. I didn't even know they were candy at first. I thought they were like styrofoam, like legit.
Literally, because they should not, like that should be illegal
Yeah.
in America.
My favorite candy, in general, I really love Three Musketeers. It's my favorite all time candy. But if you're the ones that does trick or treating, like gives out candy, if you give out the bite size Twix, you're elite. Like I have respect. Like hats off to you. Like I like you a lot because those. I don't know. I feel like Twix are either underrated or they're not talked about as much. But Twix is like the candy to go to.
Sure. So my brother and I liked very different types of candy. We just like liked opposite things growing up. So if I liked chocolate, he liked vanilla. If I liked pepperoni pizza, he liked cheese pizza. What was that noise?
I don't know. Probably dogs.
If I liked chocolate candy, he wanted fruity candy. And so that's often what we would do is I would want his chocolate stuff, he would want my fruity stuff.
I see your Tootsie Roll for this Twix. I mean, it's a Twist.
That's
Twizzler.
another thing. Tootsie Rolls, straight to jail.
You're just chewing endlessly
Yeah. I also, for that reason, don't like Twizzlers.
because you're chewing endlessly.
Yeah.
But I like them. They're pretty good.
So, like, when people are like, what candy do you like? I liked those little Hershey bars, and it'd be like milk chocolate, dark chocolate, crackle,
yeah.
and peanut.
Yeah.
Those were good. I liked
Mr. Crisps, another Hershey.
Yeah, those were good. In general, I just liked the mini chocolate bars because I thought they were cute.
Right. Perfect for s'mores.
Oh, that's a good idea. I've never thought about that. And yeah, I mean, as an adult, like I don't eat as much like candy, I guess.
I think it's a getting older thing.
Yeah.
The older you get, the less of a sweet tooth you have.
Mm-hmm. Although, I mean, I still have a sweet tooth. It's just like for different things. So I want like cake instead of candy. But when you're a kid, like candy is like novel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you gave away Dum Dum Pops, that's the elite.
Yeah. You can get a whole bag. It's like 200, 300 Dum Dums.
Right, and they're super cheap, but like everybody loves them, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with those.
Shout out to my friend Nate. We met in 2018 when I worked the Got7 concert in Houston, and Nate pulled out a huge bag of Dum Dum Pops, and we all of us volunteers sat in a circle and ate Dum Dum Pops. It was fun.
Nice.
So, I think I really wonder, because I've been out of the trick-or-treating game for a little while.
I consider us veterans.
Mm-hmm. Like, what is that like now? What was that like in 2020? Did people do anything in 2020?
I went 2019 trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Crown. Me and my sister would drive around for Christmas and for Halloween, see who decorated houses.
That's a good idea.
Sadly, every year there's less houses decorated.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in small towns. Obviously, big towns is like different, but small towns, every year there's less holiday spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fact. You can fight me on that. It is a fact.
No, I agree.
And there was only 2 houses that I remember in Crown that were decorated, and those 2 houses they jam-packed the neighborhood because they were the only ones giving away candy during Halloween.
Yeah.
But hey, come Christmas time, everybody got a string of lights on the roof.
I mean, we'll have to do a whole episode about like decorating, like driving around looking at Christmas lights, because that is definitely definitely something we can talk about. But yeah, I think that it's, if I was to take my sister, who is 13, so she's a teenager. Correct. She's too cool to go trick-or-treating.
No, you're never too cool. Hey, I think the older you get, the less cool things become cool.
Right. No, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to go somewhere for Halloween, which
right.
I won't because there is a pandemic, and please get vaccinated and wear your masks. It's so easy to wear like a mask for Halloween. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe.
You can dress up as the quarantine people from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, you could do that.
2319.
That would be really cool. You could be like Kakashi Sensei from Naruto.
You could be an astronaut.
You could be Sheik from Legend of Zelda. We're giving people more costume ideas. Anyway, I would say that I would probably look into like zoos or aquariums or museums that are doing Halloween events. Because, I mean, doing Halloween events indoors is like so much better, in my opinion. Like, doing the trick-or-treating at the mall was like top tier. Right. Because doing it downtown is fine. I have no problem with that.
If it stays cool.
Exactly.
Then yes. If it's hot, like some years have been.
Yeah, no, like it's unbearable, especially like if you have a costume that's like kind of heavy, or like some costumes require you to wear long sleeves or jackets or something like that.
Yep.
But I mean, I wish I didn't have. Okay, no, I was about to say I wish I didn't have as many tattoos, because I get mistaken for a literal child so much. It's very funny.
You're like, how old are you? Do your parents really have tattoos?
Well, I literally, if I just covered my tattoos completely, so that way you couldn't see them at all. Like, this costume almost completely covers all of my tattoos.
Right.
I could probably pass for a tall child.
That's hot.
I could.
Like, are you a senior in high school? No, man.
No, I'm in middle school. I'm in 6th grade.
I'm 12.
No, I've literally gone to the gas station and like gone to pay for gas, and they're like, "Honey, how old are you?" I'm like, 21. They're like, "No." Show me your ID. And I'm like, "What? For what? I'm buying gas." Hello?
Quick story. I went to the gas station one time, bought an energy drink, and the lady's like, ID. I was like, for an energy drink? And she's like, I'm sorry, I thought you were young. I thought this was alcohol. And I'm like, no, man, I think you need glasses.
She definitely does need glasses. What what can we do as adults
Mm-hmm.
to fill the void of trick-or-treating in our lives? Because I feel like it's socially unacceptable to go trick-or-treating as an adult. Unless
Take a kid you know trick-or-treating and
Okay.
make it seem like it's the best thing ever.
well, what if you did like a double costume with the child that you're going with, right? Like so you match the child that you're with.
I really want the last episode. I uploaded a picture of my nephew, and he was. I'll show you right now. You haven't seen it, but I'll show you. It was a picture of Scooby Doo. He was Scooby,
Oh, that's so cute.
and I posted this on Twitter. I was like, when they say Scooby Doo, where are you? Instead of saying Scooby Doo, how are you?
Oh my goodness.
If you saw the last episode, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay, the last episode we posted was what to do, what not to do for Halloween.
Yes, so go look at that last episode, and you'll see the picture of my nephew dressed up as Scooby. But like duo costumes, I want to be Big Bird, and I want either of my nephews to be the Cookie Monster,
Oh, that would be cute.
so I can put him in a trash can.
Okay, you got me. You got me with that one.
No, but like not the trash can, but like how the trash can has like their candy
The prop.
bag.
Yeah.
Candy bag.
That'd
and
be
just-
cool. That'd be cool.
But like, what's in the trash can? Candy. Why is it in the trash, bro? It's not trash, bro. It's the candy basket.
Exactly. And the Cookie Monster. Wait, is it Cookie Monster who lives in the trash can? I thought it was the
I may-
grouchy one.
I may be wrong, but no, you're right. I got the wrong character. My bad, Sesame Street.
It's okay.
But yeah, I want my nephews to dress up as a Cookie Monster.
You know what I think that we're missing out on at anime conventions and Comic Cons?
What?
There should be more of them that happen around Halloween, and then like there are volunteers who give out candy. Like, why isn't that a thing? We're all in costume already.
Yeah, pretty much.
There is a convention called OniCon that happens in Galveston. Around Halloween, usually. It's like the last weekend in October or the first week in November, whatever's closest to Halloween. And it is notorious for being like a terrible convention. And don't quote me on this, because this is just something I've heard in the community.
Okay.
I've heard that it's a money laundering scheme.
Like
Don't sue me. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that's what I've heard. I'm not saying that that's what I know. I'm just saying I heard that through the grapevine. Okay.
Right. Little birdie told her.
But also, to go to OniCon, I mean, maybe we should go.
OniCon sounds cool.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing Halloween weekend yet, but like, maybe we go like one day
Right. I don't know.
and just hang it out.
We'll
Because
see.
you don't have to have a badge to go.
Sounds
Like, you can
suspicious.
get a badge to go to like some of the things, but from what I've heard from like literally everyone I know, the staff don't care. You can just walk into the convention center in Galveston and like go in. But it might be fun to do for like a day.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
And then that's like something. Because like adults, what do we have? I mean, I'm a 21-year-old adult. And since becoming 21, I have
Yeah.
not experienced what it is like to be an adult on Halloween, really. So like, do you go drinking? Like, do you go to bars or club? Like, I don't know.
Sometimes, usually there are house parties
Oh,
that
I don't
hate
drink,
when-
but like,
Oh yeah, I mean usually the house parties you don't have to there are two types of house parties in general. The ones where you drink and have a good time, and the ones where they have games you can play and have a really good time. But not like Sorry or like Twister or whatever. Sometimes people will create their own games involving solo cups, but you don't have to drink. Like there are like sober type really fun parties, and then there are, alcoholic really fun parties. And so there's best of both worlds. But usually there's like house parties on like Halloween. But if there's a house party, I do recommend you at least be cool enough to wear a costume.
wear a costume and also like bring candy or something.
Yeah,
Like bring something. Don't be that lame person who comes to a party and doesn't bring anything.
for real.
You're not cool.
Last year, 2020, I had like a little tiny house party. I say little tiny, as in like it was me and the three friends I've been with
Oh my
since the elementary school.
Right.
So it was basically us hanging out again. But I was like, yo, you have to dress up. It's only the 5 of us, but you have to dress up. It is a requirement to come to this house. Dress up. One of them dressed up like as a 70s chick, had like the whole shebang, like nice hair, like dressed out all nice. The other two guys, I can't remember what they dressed up as. And me and my sister dressed up as like West Coast Cholo style. We bought fake tattoos, put all over our arms, beanies like halfway to our eyes, buttoned up shirt, just the top buttoned up shirt, long socks, Converse, high top Converse. And so if I'll find a picture and I'll put it up. Me and my sister dressed up as that. It was pretty fun, pretty cool.
That does sound fun. Well, I mean, we're recording this in September. We're actually like a week out from October.
Yes.
And we're still trying to figure out what the rest of the October episodes are going to be. Because we only have October themed episodes up until the middle of October.
Yeah.
So, to wrap this up, guys, does anybody know of like Halloween fall themed events that are coming up that Ro and I can go to? Because we might go to OniCon like on that Saturday or whatever. Maybe not, who knows. Like, we don't know when the Zubu is yet, so that'll like affect what because we kind of want to go to that,
right?
And then we would have an excuse because you have nephews. Do you know of like anything happening in East Texas or West Louisiana or something we can go to that would be fun, that would be like a day trip? May
not be Halloween. If any of my Hispanics that are not in Angelina County, if there's something of Day of the Dead that is like, I don't know, maybe Livingston or Huntsville or Tyler, Houston,
Dallas,
something like that. If there's something like that around your area that is not Angelina County, because we don't do anything here, like let us know, because I am down to do that.
Absolutely.
Because I've never done anything for Day of the Dead. We just know about it. We never really celebrated.
Right.
So I kind of like want to go somewhere where they celebrate it.
So let us know so that way we can feel the euphoria of being young and dressing up and doing something fun for Halloween. Because I think that as you get older, you get more depressed and you have more money and more freedom, but not the enthusiasm. So let us know what you're doing. Tell us about your trick-or-treating stories. Did you trade candy with your siblings or your friends? Where did you go trick-or-treating? Did you go trick-or-treating at all? Let us know in the comments or tweet at us or send us a message. Where can you send all of those things? You can find us at Megan Rowe in the Morning on Facebook, Instagram, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. MR in the Morning. That's Mr. in the Morning on Twitter. Use the hashtag MR in the Morning, Mr. in the Morning, to get in contact with us or post about us. Please make sure that you follow us or subscribe to us wherever you're watching this. If you liked this episode, leave a comment. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can just leave like a candy emoji or a pumpkin emoji, or share it with a friend.
Or hit that like button.
Hit that like button, broskies. Hit that like button and that bell to be notified for the next episodes.
Help out with the YouTube algorithm.
Help out with the algorithms in general, because the more engagement really helps us. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you guys have a fun Halloween. And if you have a young child in your life, steal them so that way you can go trick-or-treating and then take half of their candy as tax.
Or take the whole candy, because dentists love Halloween.
Or like take a baby and then just the babies can't eat candy, so then just take the baby's candy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ro, were you gonna play the ukulele
after the outro?
Okay.
But my final thought is, do you even play anything at all? Play an instrument. Soul searcher for a little bit.
I play video games.
Oh snap! I stepped on the headphone.
Don't break my equipment.
I am not using professional audio. I'm using the camera's audio, so we will do what we can do, right? Right, cool, let's go. All right, here we go.